brain rot words. Now, I had no idea that words could actually be brain rot, but today you will be shocked. Because some of these words will literally just fry your brain if you just say it over and over again. Like rizz, for example. The word got ruined and it lost its meaning altogether. And instead of its intended meaning, people are now saying, sticking out Giat, Rizzler, Ohio, whatever. That shit's chips. Please excuse my enunciation of this word. Giga gig dagda. Oh? We're starting off with the curveball. This one is a meme and it's kind of turned into its own phrase, but it came from some chicken nugget singing Cotton Eye Joe. Like, what the fuck? And this word has been used all over brain rot content. They literally just take anything that's popular with the kids. Oh, what's hip with the kids? And they use these chicken nuggets in their shorts because apparently it gets them views. And it's probably blurted out in every elementary school hallway. Timmy, are you okay, honey? We're gonna take you to the nurse, buddy. Next, we got What the Sigma. Apparently, it came from some clip of some guy doing a Squidward impression where he said, What the Sigma?
What the Sigma?
And if I were to say this in public, no one would even know what I'm talking about. And it's even spammed in every comment section. You'll see it. And ever since, that shit just took off. Because the word Sigma or Sigma male was already popular in peak brain rot. And this is now its offspring, I guess. And this was, the whole thing was a way to make fun of like brain rot terminology, but now it kind of turned into brain rot. Next up, we have acoustic. If you do anything slightly dumb in a video online, people will comment, either if you post on TikTok or Instagram Reels mostly, they'll comment, are you acoustic? And they're basically trying to say that they think you're autistic. It's pretty sad. It's one of those 12-year-old edgy insults like you're fatherless or whatever. Or when people say rip bozo under your video about your Meemaw sadly passing away. And I guess it's just a code word for so they don't have to say autistic. I don't know. Next, we have mogging or get mogged. So if someone believes they outclassed you in looks, they'll be like, get mogged, buddy. Then they'll do the looks max her face of victory. I don't really think it's that deep, but people will probably sit here in the comments, type up a whole paragraph like, I think it's because you're ugly. Like, shut the hell up, Hubert, with your burnt haircut. People, I guess, will go walk down the street and think to themselves that they're mogging everyone that they see. I guess I just gotta have the mogger mindset to understand. Do they just constantly think they're mogging everyone as they walk around?
I just mugged the shit out of this dude. He might be a 6-year-old grandpappy. But mugged.
But genuinely, to people out there that say mog, do you have the mogger mindset where you walk around like that? Next, we have aura. I was genuinely thinking about making a whole video about this word because it's just so dog shit. Aura is apparently like your presence or your vibe, I guess. And everyone says this about every celebrity known to man. They can't even lose a bit of their aura or else they're just gonna stop supporting them altogether. Like, let's say, for example, Playboy Cardi announces an album for once.
He lost his aura, no!
And I guess they'll sit there and cry because, I don't know, most of these people that talk about aura are stans. Of course, it's the terminally online people, mainly used for, like, music artists. Because I guess 90% of being a celebrity now is having an aesthetic. It's basically how you carry yourself. And if you don't keep up the way you carry yourself, people will make a big deal about how you lost your aura. That term is just so corny. Next, we have Delulu is the Salulu. Huh? Well, I'll be back. I have to look it up.
A few minutes later.
All right, I'm back from that shitty Google search, and apparently it's slang for delusion. So it's delusion is the solution, is the English terminology for it. I don't know why you can't just say delusional or delusion. This one just feels like someone made it to feel different. There's just no point to this one at all. Then we got ate with no crumbs. This one isn't terrible, but it's just mid as hell. Because this doesn't even apply to eating. How did they even make that happen? I don't know, but it's TikTok. And apparently it means you did a good job. How does that even correlate? Like, I would feel like I'm insulting a fat kid and he would have to cry and go home to his mom if I said, ooh, you ate that with no crumbs, fat ass, fat fuck. Mewing. I don't know how this became brain rot, but there's just memes of people and cartoon characters mewing all over social media. I thought it was like a way to help your tongue posture be better, but apparently it's brain rot now. Everybody and everything is mewing. I don't even know if this does anything. If it does, we're all just gonna have crimson chin-ass jawlines in 5 years. And there's even people out there that have created mewing playlists. Like, I don't even know how you mew to a playlist. And they will shush you to tell you that they are in fact mewing. You need to shut up, man. Stop talking. You're interrupting the mew session. Stop talking to them. I don't know how some random orthodontist technique turned into a whole meme. And the music behind it just feels brain rot as hell. Next up, we have gooning. Yeah, I don't know. Might have to close the window for this one. But yeah, this is someone who is a Yeah, trust me, you do not want to become a gooner, all right? You will just be seen as pathetic. And the thing is, they won't even hide their Hubbington addiction. They will be loud and proud about that shit. Like, yeah, I just watched for 6 hours. This is the typical build right here of your average gooner. They don't really do much aside from, well, Hubbington. That's basically it. That's their whole life. If you ask them what they've been up to, they might even give you that answer. Pookie. Yeah, this one just makes me recoil and cringe. I know this was like terminology for couples. I guess I'm supposed to call my girl, oh, my little Pookie bear, and I'm supposed to get laid by doing that. I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't know why people even say it. If I'm in a relationship and my girl says, call me a Pookie bear, not doing it. I feel like I would be a cringe ball doing baby talk. I don't even know what the hell it means, and I don't know why people are saying it on TikTok. All I know is it's used for baby talk in relationships, and it's corny. Next, we have one that's kind of related to mewing. Negative cantal tilt. It has a lot to do with like looks maxing, and apparently, I don't even know what the hell that shit means. Apparently, it's when the outer corner of your eye is lower than the inner corner of your eye. So some looks maxing nerd gonna come up to me and be like,
well, the doc, it appears that you have a negative cantal tilt at approximately 6.5 degrees.
the only case where I'd think someone would know what I'm talking about if you're either on the internet or if you're like really into anatomy. If you don't fit any of those two scenarios, then it's just gibberish. Lobotomy? Yeah, this one kind of goes hand in hand with brain rot because your brain is gonna be cooked. I don't know, it's like some sort of procedure or whatever, and your brain is like delayed after it. So basically, if you just consume some crazy brain rot or something that makes you lose brain cells, people will say like, I just felt like I got a lobotomy or whatever. This one is just mad specific. I don't even know that could even turn into TikTok slang, but it did. And I've gotten to the point in the video where I'm on Know Your Meme to figure this shit out. Crash out. It's not like an inherently brain rot word to say or whatever. It's just overused. Like someone will just raise their voice and be like, oh, you're crashing out, bro. Crash out. But yeah, if you raise your voice, yell and scream and punch a wall, maybe, you know what? Yeah, maybe you are crashing out. But yeah, the word has kind of just lost its meaning ever since it went mainstream on TikTok. Next up, we got unk. Now, unk is basically just short for uncle. It's been around for years, but now it's just total brain rot to the point where people on TikTok will call you unk if you can operate a vehicle legally. If you can drive, you're now unk. If you graduated from high school, you're unk. Or if you just look really old in general, people will just call you unk on the internet. Motion. It's basically another way of saying you're him and you rule the internet at the moment. Like, you make that shit run. You are the internet if you're gaining followers really fast. And to be honest, motion's gotta be the best one on the list. Because it's one word, simple, boom, makes sense. But the worst one has gotta be skibidi. This one I've talked about before, but it's just peak brain rot, so I have to add it in here. It would just be a crime if I didn't. Skibidi toilet is the kingpin of brain rot, and so is that stupid-ass song that will never leave my head. It's like I'm going insane every time I hear this stupid-ass song over and over again. I need to be checked into a mental hospital. Okay, it's not that bad, but seriously, saying skibidi at a bar will not get you any girls either, so don't say you have skibidi rizz. Gyat. This just aged more and more poorly every time I mention it in a video. Like, I'll just feel weird explaining, oh, well, gyat is actually a big round booty. Like, no, I'm not gonna sit here and explain the definition. But you get the point, the saying's brain rot. Rizz. This term aged so poorly to the point where I gave it A tier in a video I made in 2022. All it was it's short for charisma. Now, 2 years later, it's absolute brain rot. I thought it was pretty clever at the time, but just now seeing Lanky Box say this, I think I'm done saying it.
I have skibidi rizz.
Next up, we got ick. Now, ick is basically a turnoff, but it is just devolved into the most minute shit ever, where the phrase new ick unlocked was created. And there was a whole TikTok trend of things that make girls either uncomfortable or is a complete turnoff for them. And some of these are just straight up ridiculous, such as driving with two hands, waiting in line, tying your shoes. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm cool off dating for right now. Until the ick meta's over. Because if the girl's crazy enough, she'll have an entire list of icks. And it's the most minute things ever. And the worst term on this list, on the reveal at the end of the video. But here's a list of honorable mentions. Ohio Yap Fanum Tax. I don't feel like talking about them. But the worst slang word, you will not know what anyone is talking about. And you'll think they're a crazy person if they say it. Oil up. What the fuck? I'm not even gonna go into a detailed explanation for this one. All I know is it's all over the comment section. And speaking of, I have a video right here on the comment section how it's trash. Go watch it. Click. What are you doing?